Okay, so this part three. The other one I didn't get to cut it off, so I'll just continue. Okay, so General Hux and Kylo Ren, both of them, they're going back and forth. They're trying to make themselves look better than the other in front of the eyes of their overlord or whatever his name is. I can't remember what his name is. So they're pointing the finger at each other. So he sends them away, and then cutscene back to her. She's in her seat, and she's becoming self-aware of her power. So she says, she's strapped down. You'll loosen these bindings and leave this room, leave the door open. The stormtrooper that was in the room with her looks over at the chair. What did you say? You will loosen these bindings and you will leave this room with leaving the door open. And the guy walks over, the stormtrooper stands right in front of her, and he says, I will tighten those restraints. Right? So then she's like, you will loosen these restraints and you will leave the room, leaving the door open. So he like stays for a second, and then his demeanor changes. I will loosen these bindings, then I'll leave the room and I'll leave the door open. So he loosens the bindings, and as he's walking out the door, and you drop your gun, and I'll drop my gun, and drops the gun and leaves. And so I thought that was pretty cool of her to again be able to use a mind trick just like that, dude. It's been a few hours, if not a day, a few hours of her learning that she can wield the Force. And by the way, that's the whole thing about the movie. The Force awakening. The Force has awakened in her. Okay, she was never Force sensitive until now. Now she's Force sensitive, so it was an awakening in her. So then there you have it. So she escapes. Kylo Ren comes in, and this is the second time that he does it, not the third or whatever, but this is the second time that he does it. He throws another fit because she escaped, and she was supposed to bring him before their master, so they can try to convert her into the dark side of the Force. And he throws another fit, and he pulls out his lightsaber, and he starts destroying the chair that he was in, or she was in, and just throws another fit. And then here you have two stormtroopers coming down the hallway, and then they see all the shit that he's doing and him screaming. They just turn around and go the other way and go back the same way they came. They're like, screw this, we're not dealing with this kid right now. So then, cutscene back to Han Solo and Chewbacca and Finn. They make it past the deflector shield. They come down real close on the planet, and they end up crash landing the Millennium Falcon on the planet. They escape, and while they escape, while he was on his way to go get Rey, he felt no. After she escaped, he was talking to the people about where to find her, and then he like stops and he sensed his father on the planet. So there he is. He's all like Han Solo, and so they are going to go do the plan that they had thought of, and on the way there, they're like, "Well, how are we going to turn up? Well, where did you work?" They asked Finn. "Oh, I worked in sanitation." "What do you mean you worked in sanitation? People are counting on you. You don't even know how to turn on the deflector shield." "No, but we'll figure it out." He's like, "Oh my god." Well, what do you think? What are you planning on doing? So, cutscene, and this is the second time that Captain Phasma comes out, and Captain Phasma's walking, and then she gets knocked out by Chewie. So they capture her, and they bring her into a room where the deflector shield controls are, and they hold a gun to her head, and they tell her, turn off the deflector shields. So she's all like, okay. And she turns it off. And then that was it. So then they're like, okay, what do we do with this girl? And then Han Solo says, throw her down the compactor. So they throw her in the garbage compactor. And that was it. That was the great reign of Captain Phasma. Everybody Everybody has gone crazy for Captain Phasma for her toy, which is that one or that. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's that one, Captain Phasma. That damn toy sells for like $80. I got mine at the store. Thank God, thanks to my brother-in-law. But I have not been able to locate another one of those, and people on eBay sell them for like $80, which I think is outrageous, especially since there's only 2 fucking scenes for her. Oh my God, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Once they realize that, you guys are going to be like, motherfuck, and that toy is going to be sold for cheap everywhere. Anyways, so the gray reign of the Captain Phasma, that's what happened to her. So she gets thrown in the compactor, and then that was it. These guys are in a mission to find Ray, and just so happened Ray was behind them, climbing this wall as she was trying to get into the fighter base so she can escape on a fighter, and so they catch up with her, and they're like, "Well, these guys are never gonna make it because they're coming down and they're trying to destroy this thing where the capacitors are held." And they're like, the shielding is too thick. They never will get through. We have explosives on us. Let's go blow it up. So then they go into this thing, and they're downstairs, and they start setting up bombs. Finn and Ray go to a separate area where they go and they unlock everything by pulling stuff, breakers or whatever, bypassing security. Han and Chewie go inside of the place, and they start setting the bombs. So as they're setting the bombs, Kylo Ren and a bunch of First Order troopers come in, and they start looking for Han Solo, mainly Han Solo because that's who he can sense it's there. And so while he's there, Kylo Ren is walking. So it's a big pit, right? It's a big hole, goes all the way down, probably into the interior of the planet, all the way down. And he walks out to the scaffolding in the middle of it. And so Han Solo was like staring at him. And the reason he was staring at him is because Carrie Fisher told him to bring him home, bring our son home. So Han Solo was compelled to confront his son. So he walks up to the edge of the hole where the catwalk starts, and he yells out his name. Okay, now again, they had in the expanded universe they had 3 kids: Jade Solo, Ben Solo, Anakin Solo. Oh, and I think a 4th one. I can't remember his name though. Or maybe it wasn't a 4th one, and it was just Anakin Solo, who later becomes Darth. Says something starts with a C. So he yells out his name. Are you ready for it? Ben. And then all the stormtroopers that were there, they turn around and they point their guns at Han Solo, but nobody shoots. Rey slowly turns around. Oh, and he says so. They exchange some words, but I don't remember what they were. But pretty much he was like, "Well, you're my son, and I'm here for you, and you need to come home, and we love you, and we miss you, and come home with us." So then he takes off his mask, throws it on the ground, puts these big old puppy eye face as Han Solo's coming up to him, and he's like, "Well, I know what I gotta do, but I don't know what to do. I don't know if I have the strength to do it." So he pulls out his saber and he kind of holds it out. He doesn't point it at him or wields it to the point where he's gonna hit, try to hit him with it, but he just pulls it out and he has it and he starts crying. And so his dad was like, "Don't worry, I'll help you." And so there they are. He puts his hand on the lightsaber, and as he puts his hand on the lightsaber, the planet sucks out the last of the sun, and everything gets dark. At that moment, Finn and Rey walk in at the highest part of the catwalks, looking down at them. Chewbacca's in the edge, kind of like a little on one level above him, looking down at the catwalk as well. And it looks like they start fighting for the lightsaber. As they're fighting for the lightsaber, he turns it on, and this is pretty hard to say, but he stabs Han Solo with it. Ben Solo kills his father, Han Solo. Now, I can't say I'm surprised. I kind of expected something down those lines because of the way Harrison Ford has been acting since the release of the movie, or not the release, but since the announcement of the movie, when it was going to come out, all the interviews he's done, he's seen very, very dry in his responses towards it. All the events, for example, the Saturday Night Live thing that they did, or no, the Jimmy Kimmel thing that they did, where everybody was singing the ba 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 ba. I mean, he came out at the very end and only did like bum 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 bum, and then that was it, or something like that. But a very very small part. Everybody else had really nice long, parts. It seemed, if you see it, it seems like they wanted to be a part of it. Where Harrison Ford, and I'm sorry, Harrison Ford, I don't mean to point fingers at you or say that you don't care or nothing like that. It just seemed like you were very dry with all of it. Even watching you live at the premieres, I didn't really see. They didn't show you going up to the fans and signing autographs and stuff like that, or taking pictures with the fans. You seem very dry, and if you're not happy with the Star Wars, you're not happy, and oh well, and but the fans really love you. I really love you. My mom loves you. I love all your movies you've ever made, all of them, every single one. Ender's Game. Oh, I freaking loved you in Ender's Game, man. That was a great movie. The other one, where was it Fugitive, man, with Tommy Lee Jones. You guys were great. Okay. Obviously Indiana Jones, and I'm sure I know more movies that you've been in. I just probably don't even remember the names, but I'm pretty sure if I were to see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, you did this one too, and oh yeah, you did that one too. But the ones that you're mostly known for, the ones that you're really known for, I mean, you're a really good actor. I freaking love you. I love you in Star Wars, and I'm sad to see you go. I really wish that you could have been a part of more, or at least the second movie. But hey, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, she felt the pain as soon as that happened, and I felt the pain. It was bad, and again, I'm saddened by your death. So when he gets stabbed, he pulls out his left hand. He puts his hand on his son's face. And then as he pulls away, he falls into the void, and he goes down. And that's it. That's the end of Han Solo right there, and probably the hardest scene to look at the whole movie, the saddest part of the whole thing. Coming at you like that. Wow. It's so Chewbacca and everybody in the back starts screaming like, no! Chewbacca starts tearing these fools up with his bow. He starts shooting at fools. He shoots Kylo Ren and hits him, wounds him right here on the side, on the left side. And he looks up and sees Finn, and he feels enraged and runs after him. Chewbacca sets off the detonators, destroys everything. Well, not everything, but he damages everything to the point where now the Resistance can get in. So they escape. Now the Resistance is still fighting, trying to destroy this base before it destroys another planet. So they finally see their way in. They come in. Poe Dameron flies in his X-Wing. And it looks just like the trench run. Honestly, he comes down this trench. He goes to the trench. He comes out, goes sideways, pulls in his attack foils, goes inside of this structure, starts destroying everything from inside out. And then he flies out, and then they escape, destroys it. Planet starts to explode in itself. At that point, they're trying to get back to the Millennium Falcon, Finn and Rey, and they're confronted by Kylo Ren. Now we know that it's Ben Solo, So Ben Solo, there he is, and he's all like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you guys." Um, Finn, well, Ray like tries to run after him, like to hit him with something, and he uses the Force, knocks her out cold. So then Finn is left to fend him off. Pulls out Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. Then Kylo Ren says very arrogantly, "That lightsaber is mine," and he's like, "Come and get it," which I thought was pretty funny. So then there they go, lightsaber battle, and Finn loses. He gets sliced up down the back really bad, and he's to the point where that's it. He's out. She's out. He looks at the lightsaber and he starts using the Force to pull it towards him, but he's having troubles with it. He's like shaking his hand and he's trying to get it, but it's like not working. And then finally it flies up and it's coming towards him, but instead of it going straight to his hand, it goes past him and right into her hands. She wakes up and beats the living out of him. Man, he messes that guy up. Cuts him in the leg, cuts him in the shoulder, really tears him up. And the planet breaking apart saves him. A big old void, a big old fissure opened up in between them and separated the two after she defeated him. So he just laying there. I think she destroyed his lightsaber. That's what it looked like to me. And so he's standing there. He's on the ground on his back like a little girl, doesn't know what to do. And so she's like, well, screw it. I guess I won, but I can't kill you, so I'm just going to pick up Finn and take off. So he picks up Finn and takes off. They get on the Falcon, and they fly away. The planet... the planet is destroyed. All is well in the galaxy for the time being. Everybody makes it back to the planet. Once we get back to the planet, now, R2-D2 is in their possession. Carrie Fisher has R2-D2 and C-3PO. C-3PO is still functioning. R2-D2, on the other hand, decided to power down. Not power off, power down. He's running on minimal power. Now, my daughter more than I, but my daughter says that he was calculating where Luke could be. All they needed was this map. Now, it turns out the map was only a piece of a bigger map. They needed the entire galaxy star chart in order to find out where this place was at, because it's been uncharted. Nobody knows where this place is at, this piece of the map. So once the planet is destroyed, R2-D2 comes back. He wakes up pretty much and is like, I know where he is. I need the other piece of the map. I have the rest of the map here. So my daughter says that he was calculating where the rest... He was putting together all the information over the last 30 years or whatever, however many years it's been since Return of the Jedi. Or... it couldn't have been 30 years because the kid... Anyways... So they finally discover the location of Luke and where he is. So then after all this happened, they send Chewbacca and Rey to go get Luke. So they travel to this planet. It's a water planet. It's got a couple islands. They land. And then she walks up this humongous mountain to get to the top. And she gets to the top and she confronts a hooded guy standing on the ledge. He turns around, no words are exchanged, and she pulls out the lightsaber and offers it to him, just holds it out for him. He just looks at her, and that's it. They're just looking at each other, and they pan out, and they go around in circles, and that's how it ends. And that's Star Wars for you. I am going to go see it again on Saturday with my daughter because we freaking loved it. Can't wait to see it again. And If I have more information, I will pass it along. Um, Please, if you like my little story, comment down below. Hit the like button if you could. Share it with your friends. Whoever wants it. Do not ruin Star Wars for anybody that doesn't want to see this. Okay? I cannot stress that enough. You are clicking this because you want to, not because I made you or not because somebody else made you. And I hope nobody else made you, because if they did, then they're assholes. What the fuck was that? That scared me. Anyways, comment, like, subscribe if you like. All my videos are kind of random, but who knows? I might end up putting something you like in the future. So if yeah, comment, like, subscribe down below. Tell me what you think. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you have a problem with something I said, or just give me your opinion, please. I love people's opinions. I have no problems with other people's opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. All right. Goodbye. May the force be with you guys.